Well, hello there. Sage again. Boy, it's a hot day here in South Maui. So, I was talking about radicals when I got cut off there. Yeah, radicals, we surfed a ton when we were kids. And it's sad because radicals doesn't really exist anymore. And it was a big part of our surfing childhood growing up. Radicals was a ultra shallow, ultra fast ride, and it was really good for learning how to be quick on your toes. It never got any bigger than probably 3 feet at high tide. It was about as big of a wave as you could get, about head high. There's a famous picture of my good friend Nathan Wilbur pulling into a barrel on a 3-footer at Radicals, and it's taken from my friend JP's. His mom and dad used to live in an apartment overlooking the whole scene. Really cool shot. Anyway, Radicals, you could get barreled, and I've gotten probably a handful of legit barrels at Radicals. Something happened at some point, Kona storm, maybe Hurricane Iniki, maybe Hurricane Eva. It shifted. I can't really say it shifted the reef because I don't think hurricanes do that. I think that it shifted the sand outside at zeros right over there, and it just made it so that when it comes in from zeros, it's just a weird angle. It just doesn't do what it used to do. A good one at Radicals was pretty beautiful wave. It was like a deep tapered right, really fun. It just does not do that anymore. Now all it is now is like a weird triple up. Radicals, I would say, is dead and gone. R.I.P. Radicals. Okay, so when you kick out of Radicals, if you paddle towards Diamond Head and out, you'll hit Graveyards. Graveyards is another staple of our surfing gromhood, and Graveyards is cool. So it breaks off of this completely dry shelf that's got a couple of poles sticking up out of it, and it is just a really fun, high performance little bowling left. And by little, I mean same thing. You can't really surf it any bigger than 2 to maybe 3 feet. You can score Graveyards on just these random, like, mini south swell. Even like a strong, like, wind swell and like a high tide will produce like fun Graveyards. Yeah, couple turns. I've gotten barreled at Graveyards before. Pretty rare though. You can go right sometimes at Graveyards. It'll come in and you can kind of sneak between the rocks and end up in that deep channel over there. So there's another boat channel, like a pretty deep channel on the other side of towards Diamond Head from Graveyards. And on the Diamond Head side of that channel is another totally dry shelf with a bunch of poles sticking up. Somebody puts a Christmas tree every winter in one of the poles, which is pretty cool. Outside of that is a spot called Suicides. And Suicides, same thing, a total staple of town grommethood. Sui's is a really fun rippable left, sometimes barrel. Kind of ends in a closeout, and you can go right. Sui's right. It's a couple fun ones, but it's mostly a left. Outside and to the right, back towards Waikiki from Sui's is what's called Sui's Channel, Suicide's Channel. And as the waves get bigger, Suicide's Channel starts to break. It's another like outer reef. The thing about Sui's Channel is when there's like it's pretty rare to get any east in a swell in town. When there is east in the swell, like a south-southeast or a southeast, the more east it gets, these few spots start really lighting up, and Sui's Channel is one of them. And I'll tell you what, Hurricane Iniki the day before, Sui's Channel looked like pipe. but like more below sea level. Sui's Channel gets insane. It needs east in the swell. I've only surfed it a handful of times, Hurricane Iniki being the best. It was like 6 feet and spitting. Super heavy. Actually broke a board that day. I surfed it last year on a hurricane swell, and it was heavy. It was really heavy. Sui's Channel is gnarly and not very well known. But yeah, anytime there's like a big swell and there's east in it, you will probably see me out there. And trade winds is same like all those spots. Trade winds is good. Okay, so towards Diamond Head from Sui's is a really cool spot called Sleepy Hollows. And Sleepy Hollows is a big, long, kind of bigger wave left, and it really doesn't start breaking until it gets over 4, 5, 6 feet plus. I've surfed Sleepy Hollows pretty big, like 6 feet plus, and it's pretty sick. It's feel like you're on the North Shore out there. It's a big lineup, big expensive lineup, and it's got some power and some size, and it's pretty cool. A lot of guys windsurf Sleepy Hollows. It's a pretty good windsurfing wave because it's kind of got that side offshore wind to it and a big open face. And when you kick out of Sleepy Hollows, you're kind of like right there at the tail end of Sui's right. Yeah, that's a good place to stop because towards Diamond Head from Sleepy Hollows, you're basically at the foot of Diamond Head right there, and between Sleepy Hollows and Diamond Head is kind of a weird no man's land. There's not a lot of it's a for how many waves are in the area that I've just been explaining, that stretch between Sleepy Hollows and Diamond Head Lighthouse is kind of an anomaly. There's like no waves really to speak of in that whole stretch. So we'll pick it up there next time. All right.